But you told me that this is not Seagull.
Yeah.
अगर ये Seagull नहीं है तो क्या है? क्योंकि दिख तो वैसे ही रहा है. Is it a fake or what?
No, it's not fake. This watch was worn by Jawaharlal Nehru. Indira Gandhi used to wear this watch.
I have a Tissot PRX, a Seiko Alpinist, a Citizen Jensen and a Hamilton Khaki. If you have to pick one, which one would you pick?
ऐसे डाल दो यहाँ, खत्म, no problem. मतलब कुछ भी नहीं होगा इस वॉच को.
How does the P&L of a, let's say, Rolex or Omega look like?
At this price point, there is no one. Wait for 7 days. If you don't feel that urge to buy for, for a week or maybe 2 weeks, then don't buy the watch. Okay.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Watchlist Club. Today I have someone who not only collects watches but is also a numismatist. Hi Sourabh, welcome to the show. Before we talk about all these watches, can you introduce yourself and tell me in terms of what you do and what does numismatist mean?
Okay, first I will explain what is numismatist is. So a person who collects coins is called numismatist, but I just don't collect coins. I also collect a lot of notes. Coming to my introduction, so I am basically from Odisha. From my hometown is Berhampur, and I've been working in Bangalore for now close to 15 years. And I work for a large bank and I work with a lot of data. So that is my day-to-day job.
So working in the world of finance.
Yeah, in world of finance and do a lot of data crunching. And I have been starting this hobby. Has started way back when I did my first job. It has been around 15 years now.
15 years. Yeah. So let's dial back a little. Let's start from the beginning. Which was the first one among these which you owned and you still have?
Yeah. So I finished, this was not my first career, before that I was a mechanical engineer.
Okay.
So I worked for a manufacturing plant in a place called Jharsuguda in aluminium industry, and it's a very harsh environment. So we require watches which does not get affected by magnetic resistance.
Okay.
So at beginning, when I got my first salary, the first watches which I got was Timex.
Okay.
This is a Timex Tide and Compass. So it's pretty sophisticated for its time. It has 3 functions, as I said, time, temperature, and compass, and also Tide. So you can use it for surfing as well.
Okay.
As well as you can use it for compass. So
it has a digital compass.
It's actually not a digital compass. It's like a compass which will show direction when you press. Yeah. So that's how it works. Okay.
Is the bezel rotates, right?
Yeah.
So once you figure out what is north and then you point it
to north, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And this has that magnetic resistance.
Yeah. As well as the other one is this one,
Timex Expedition.
So this is quite a popular model. They have one with leather strap and brown, and this is the other one, little rugged one with Velcro strap. So this used to be my go-to watches in the factory.
So these are 15 years old?
Yeah, these are 15 years old.
Oh. Nice that you still have these because this reminds you of that beginning. It won't be possible for us to talk about all these watches. But which is your go-to watch, which gets the most amount of rest time? Because I think it will give us an idea that ये value for money है. कि आप उसको बहुत ज़्यादा पहनते हो इतने सारे watches में.
Correct. So अभी मेरा go-to watch है for quite a bit of time is this Seiko Speedtimer. So it's a chrono watch with solar function, and I feel this is the most value for money watch from Seiko table. It resembles the Daytona White Panda, a very similar dial, and I have seen that in my hand. And when I compare these two watches, the quality is you can't falter this watch in terms of quality to that watch in any way, and beautiful dial size also. And since it's works on solar quartz, you don't need to set the time. Generally most of my watches are mechanical, so I don't have to set my time also. So this has been my daily driver for most of the time recently.
Black and white Panda is one of the beautiful dials you can have. And at the budget I think Rolex अगर आप compare कर रहे हो तो ये तो मतलब I don't know, 10x होगा Rolex इसका maybe.
More. Yeah, it's 20x, more than 20x, 25x close to in terms of MSRP. But you also, Seiko, most of the time you get good discounts and deal, and I got a good deal in that on this watch.
ये आप सबसे ज़्यादा मतलब अगर ऑफिस जाना होगा तो मोस्टली यही पहनते हो. And थोड़ा इससे दूसरे सेगमेंट में जाते हैं. वन ऑफ द वॉच विच यू रियली अप्रिशिएट एंड यू थिंक दे आर अंडररेटेड among these.
Yeah, so among underrated and this watch, if you see, this is a watch from a brand called Frederique Constant, and if you look at, so they have their own in-house movement. This is called manufacturer version. So if you see beautiful bullish pattern, so they have worked on inside, in-house dial, sapphire crystal both side. Brigade hands, Roman numerals, Guillotch pattern, rose gold case, and crocodile leather. What more you can want? And the price point is, this quality is very similar to, let's say, when you compare to watches like Brigade, not in terms of price, but the sheer value which this brand brings is insane, and you get good discounts also in this brand when you're taking buying from traditional retailers in India. And this watch is absolutely very dressy watch.
मैं looks wise अगर मैं दूर से देखता हूँ ना, ऐसे कोई case back is so decorated, it looks like from far it looks like maybe किसी ने Patek पहना है.
Yes. Exactly, like and you see even they have worked in the screw down crown. It's so decorative. Okay, so attention to detail is also on this line.
Onion crown, I think.
Yeah.
Very nice watch. I think it gives a good value, and like crocodile strap at this price point.
Yeah, you can buy a watch, if you go for crocodile leather in high end watches, the price of the strap itself can give you some high end Seikos and all. So yeah, it's a good value I see in this watch.
Apart from these watches, we have a cabinet behind you, and I could see 2 rows of just watches. Those are vintages and collectibles. And most of them are HMTs, like you have maybe almost hundreds of HMTs. But what strikes me when I saw those watches is they are in pristine condition. How did you come to acquire so many HMTs? मतलब वहाँ पे आपको लगा होगा ना कि यार ये तो मैं collect कर रहा हूँ बहुत सारे.
So generally so my first HMT is from a brand called from a person called Mr. Ramesh Kukreja, and he used to keep his watches in a pristine condition. So that was my first HMT. So that was like the benchmark. So all the watches which I collected, some I bought and some I bought from fellow collectors. I looked for those pristine conditions. So and also there is one more guy from whom I bought a lot of watches. Is Mr. Kartar from Delhi, and I bought a lot of vintage Swiss watches like brands like Enicart, Titoni, Tressa, Titus. So those also he used to give me called new old stock NOS, and I used to collect them. And once also collected, I took the effort of keeping them in a very restricted environment so that they don't get sunlight, dust and all. So that's the reason I keep it in glass.
But वो आप मतलब पहनते तो होगे नहीं ज़्यादातर?
No, I don't wear them. Very occasionally only I wear them. Not.
No, what I want to understand is buying watches to wear is one thing. You started buying HMTs because you got that kick from collecting these pieces which are not available anymore. So can you explain what is that feeling? Because आपको वो पहले भी feel हो चुका when you started with coins. I think you started with coins, right?
Correct.
So मतलब क्या लगता है वो एक kick मिलता है? So you feel like कि यार मेरे पास ये किसी के पास भी नहीं है. I have something. This is exclusive.
Yeah, that is also there, and to some extent my background, because I am a mechanical engineer. So my first watch was an HMT mechanical. So if you look at mechanical watches, right, they have 120 moving parts. Let's say the basic movement itself, like let's say the HMT Janata, which was one of my favorite. So it has the basic movement 17 jewel, but it has 120 moving parts. And being a mechanical engineer, you understand how the motion is how that watch ticks. So that intrigues me a lot. So that got me into the hobby of watch collection, that so many moving parts and it gives an accurate time keeping, and there are so many complications and movements. So that is one of the reason I got attracted. It's not just because it tells time, because of the overall complexity involved in the background.
Moving on, one of the watches I really love is an Omega Speedmaster, which you recently acquired and you're wearing it today. How has been the experience?
Absolutely. If you go back to the watch history, this is a conversation starter, because a lot of history is there in the watch. The watch was, in the 1960s, when there was this Cold War between US and USSR, and there was race of who will go to space war. And this was a space qualified watch. I love the history of the watch, and this is the watch which I'll keep it for life. Like, this is one of my dream watch, and I recently acquired, so I feel very good about it. And in office also I get a lot of I would say praise or brownie points, or what is a conversation starter, because of this watch. So
the original one had the Hasselite crystal, right? But you got a sapphire crystal watch, and this has an open case back as well. I would like to highlight, a lot of people might not know, Omega Speedmaster लोगों को लगता है 5-6 लाख 7 लाख 8 लाख की घड़ी है तो ऑटोमेटिक होगी, but Omega Speedmaster is a mechanical watch.
It's a mechanical chrono. It's handwritten. There's no no rotor inside. And
it's a mechanical hand wound for which you pay, I think, 6-7 lakhs. A slightly different topic from watches is that you work in finance, right? And you collect currency notes. I could see perfumes, luxury perfumes. Can you give me an idea of the margins of a luxury product business? Because मुझे थोड़ा समझना है कि how does the P&L of a, let's say, Rolex or Omega look like?
Yeah, very good question. So if you look at gross margin, right, which is just sale minus the cost of producing this product, so that is very high, 60 to 70%, and there are a lot of overheads in terms of marketing and other costs, and the total net margin hovers around 20 to 40%. Let's say for a brand like Rolex, it's around 20-25%. Same case for Omega. Some niche brands like very high-end luxury watches like Vacheron, or you can say Patek, or Richard Mille, they will have even crazy gross margins, but their mainstream luxury brands will fall around 20 to 25%.
20 to 25% when we say for a luxury doesn't sound too much. मतलब लोगों को लगता होगा कि यार luxury है तो 50-60% margin होगा, but you're saying 20 is good or not compared to traditional businesses?
See, Walmart sells in $1 trillion, and they operate on very low margins, 5%. Okay, but the volumes are huge. So luxury is like 20-25% on Rolex, which annually sells $10 billion, so $2.5 billion profit. That I would say that's quite a big, quite a huge money. Same thing for Omega, which will be around $2 to $5 billion business. You again in $1 billion in profit margin. So
good business.
Quite business, because obviously high net worth clientele, or I would say like people with go with brands which where they don't, there is very huge price elasticity, so they don't mind paying high just to acquire the brand and have that in their collection.
I want to talk about some of the watches here now. I see 4 watches here which I have placed intentionally. These are the watches which comes in the range of $1,000 and a little below. I have a Tissot PRX, a Seiko Alpinist, a Citizen Jensen, and a Hamilton Khaki. If you have to pick one, which one would you pick?
That's a very difficult question, but all bring insane value in terms of design and functionality. But if I have to only pick one, I'll pick the Alpinist any day. Reason being, it's a dress up watch, dress down watch. You can wear with formals, you can wear with jeans. It has a 200-meter water resistance, which is none of them have. And second, Alpinist means you can scale. It has a rotating compass also.
Very unique thing.
So compass, 200-meter water resistance, Cyclops, so you can go to you can go to water. Alpinist means it was used for basically expedition mountaineering. So you can go. So basically you can wear it. So it has good shock resistance as well. So it's a everyday tool watch. So insane. Again, I'll say, right, the brand Seiko. That's why I have a lot of Seikos in my collection. Is because of the insane value it brings. Like
true. I love the hands also, like the cathedral hands of Seiko.
Yeah. The cathedral hands. And also if you look at applied indices, at this price point, very few watches at this price point can provide this.
Okay, so Seiko Alpinist is the winner.
Yeah.
The last time we spoke, you told me that you also let go of a few of the watches because you are in that consolidation phase because you have a lot of watches. But I'm sure there will be watches जो आप बोलोगे यार ये नहीं जाने दूंगा, मतलब ये मुझे अपने पास ही रखना है. तो ऐसा कौन से watches है इसमें?
There are a couple of those like which are related to some of my life moments. For example, this my birth of my second daughter, I had wore this as a new watch. This is Seiko Presage Cocktail Time. When light falls, it has a very pattern effect, sunray effect, and cocktail dial. So again, very that's why I said Seiko makes sense. So this watch I'll never let go. There are watches. This is my first watch which I bought, a Tissot Quartz, as you said. But I bought my first overseas trip. So this one I won't sell. And my wife gifted me in my first job. That's a Timex, So this watch also Timex Torque. Now again discontinued, but this I won't let go. It's not price point. These are those moments where those watches are associated with those moments, so I would not let them go.
Okay, nice. I love the Presage. Like it has this big power reserve indicator which takes almost half the dial.
And it's a domed crystal as well.
Nice watch. I think you had another Presage.
Yeah, I have another Presage. This one. This is again very famous. If you look at this dial, right? This is an ivory dial. So so these are handmade dials. Like this is slightly a premium version of Presage, close to 1 lakh and above. So those one. So now there is a King Seiko model of this as well, which is even pricier, and also Grand Seiko also uses some of this dial, so they are even more pricier. So this is like you can say entry of those to the Grand Seiko and King Seiko family, but insane value. Again, I said power reserve indicator.
The indices are also brigade style. This is made in Japan. Yes, this is made in Japan.
So Presage line, most of them will be made in Japan. Very few in China and Thailand.
Nice. I like the texture, the dial, the hands. Nice piece. Like बहुत confusing है Seiko के पास इतने watches है ना. They have Seiko, King Seiko, Grand Seiko.
Ultimate is obviously Grand Seiko. I some point of time when I consolidate and have very few, I will definitely go for a Grand Seiko at some point of time. I have a watch which is called Grand Seiko Elegance with the Omaritawa dial. Omiwatari. I can't pronounce it. But that dial, that watch, mechanical spring drive again, not automatic.
Achha, it's mechanical
spring drive.
Nice. Hopefully you get one. Moving on to some Indian watch brands. Last time I saw these two watches. These are from the city we are in currently, Bangalore. BWC Bangalore Watch Company. You have two watches. One is Cover Drive and one is Mark 1. I haven't come across a lot. I haven't seen a lot of people buying BWC watches. I don't know the reasons, but since you have two, you have experience. Can you tell me one thing which you really liked about these watches and something which you think they can improve on?
So in terms of quality and value proposition, right, they are providing the finest material at fraction of the Swiss watch cost. I would not say fraction, like much relatively lower. Again, they are among the Indian watch, they are right at the top in terms of pricing. But when you compare the materials used and the quality of craftsmanship, they are right at the top. Like compared to, the same movement is used in most of the Oris watches. If you know, Oris is a high-end Swiss maker, independent. So Celita movements, very good story, theme behind it. Indian stories like Cover Drive based on cricket. Again, the Mark series based on Indian Air Force. If you look at their case back, also very interesting case back. One is cover drive, that is the a cricketer doing a cover drive, and this is the tri formation of the MiG-21. Again, very good case backs they have. So the overall quality construction is very good. And
I love how they have marked only the 4 and 6 because these are the boundaries. And they have a wicket at 12 o'clock.
Correct.
In terms of story, they have done nice.
If you look at here, the screw back is like a nozzle of an aircraft. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is that much attention to detail they have.
So if I have to explain this crown, basically if you know what the shape of a frustum is, it's the shape of a frustum and not like spherical thing. Nice.
Yeah. And they could do a bit of marketing. I think very few people know. I think they should leverage digital marketing or influencer marketing, whatever. They should reach to more people, and I think that's the area they lack. Very few people know about them. I hope those who look through your channel might today be aware of this brand, and some traffic flow to the website and make a good purchase, because they are as good as some of the Swiss counterparts.
I don't want to get them free promotion from my channel. So Seagull is a watch brand which has quite a reputation even after being a Chinese watch brand. You have one, but you told me that this is not Seagull. अगर ये Seagull नहीं है तो क्या है? क्योंकि दिख तो वैसे ही रहा है. Is it a fake or what?
No, it's not fake. तो Seagull का क्या है ना? So मैं ये है 1963 Plan B. ठीक है, ये वॉच का मॉडल है.
Okay.
तो क्या है, इसमें एक मैकेनिकल क्रोनो है. इफ यू नो, ये सबसे सस्ता मैकेनिकल क्रोनो इन द वर्ल्ड है. वर्ल्ड का सबसे सस्ता. नाउ फंडा ये है कि एक कंपनी थी वीनस, वो स्विस कंपनी थी. 1955 में दे गॉट बैंकरप्ट. चाइनीज ने उनको एक्वायर किया. सीगल गॉट द राइट्स टू मेक द मूवमेंट. ठीक है, तो उन्होंने फर्स्ट फॉर चाइनीज एयरक्राफ्ट पायलट्स, उन्होंने दे मेड दिस वॉच फॉर देम. Now there is a factory called Tianjin, ठीक है, where these watches are made. So Seagull also makes it and brands it, but in that factory, like this is the same watch from that same factory, but not branded by Seagull. It's called Plan B. That's why it's a commemorative version of the first version. Okay, not the original version, the Plan B version. Okay, exactly the same factory also. Just box में it will not come in Seagull box. It will be sold in a generic box.
अच्छा, तो मूवमेंट उसी फैक्ट्री में बन रही है, सब कुछ वहीं बन रहा है, बस Seagull का डब्बा नहीं मिल रहा है. तो वो प्राइस डिफरेंस कितना हो जाता है? लाइक व्हाट आई थिंक Seagull 1963 Chrono costs around 35 to 40 K. अगर import
so this will be around 1820 only.
That is 50%. मतलब 20,000 में मैकेनिकल क्रोनोग्राफ उतना तो स्विस को आई थिंक सर्विस करने में लग जाता है अगर क्रोनो हो तो.
उससे भी ज़्यादा है. आई थिंक एक स्विस क्रोनो को सर्विस करने में 75,000 लग जाते हैं. ये तो उसमें यू कैन गेट 3 ऑफ दिस. मोस्ट ऑफ दिस पीपल, इवन इफ व्हेन इट गेट्स ना, क्या होता है कि नया वॉच ही ले लो, देयर इज नो पॉइंट सर्विसिंग इट. सो ऐसा ही है. एंड आई थिंक दे आर क्वाइट रोबस्ट. आई हैव हर्ड फ्रॉम कलेक्टर्स who have used it for a quite long period of time. तो ठीक है, मतलब to each its own taste. I am happy with this.
You have a couple of G-shocks, पूरा एक पहाड़ बना रखा है यहाँ पे.
हाँ, they are like I would say my go-to watches for a rugged activity.
What makes them present in everyone's collection?
See, insane, again, like Seiko, right? Insane value at that price point, you know. In terms of design, robust, 200 meter water resistant, shock proof from, ऐसे डाल दो यहाँ, खत्म, no problem. मतलब कुछ भी नहीं होगा इस वॉच को. So these are like मतलब nothing will happen, and daily driver quartz रहते हैं, solar रहता है, battery goes for 10 years. That's why I keep it outside also. All my G-shocks are solar, they are not the battery ones. So अपने आप चार्ज होते रहता है, take it anytime. And insane features also. Auto time sync भी है. Now Bluetooth connectivity भी also has come. So no time setting का भी कोई time loss भी नहीं, time set. So again I said, right, like Seiko for mechanical, for digital they are the absolute value best.
बहुत मुश्किल है इतने सारे वॉचेस के बारे में बात करना. क्विकली एक और दो सवाल और. You told me this HMT means a lot to you. What do you love about this watch?
Ken, you know, HMT, the history, this Janata silver dial, right? I just love the size, the dial, very clean, and history behind it. This watch was worn by Jawaharlal Nehru. Indira Gandhi used to wear this watch, and I just love the design. This is like timeless design. You look the lugs, the look size. There is nothing wrong you can find. This is I could say this is a perfect watch, and kudos to HMT for coming out with this design. Like, I have not seen very few old Omegas would have a very similar design. The old vintage Omegas and few of the vintage Fabulubas and all could have that design, but at this price point, there is no one. I bought it when from the website when it was available. At that time, the price point was I think 2K or 3K. I don't remember exactly, but it is. And in terms of design, I could say nobody can beat. No Timex, no Titan, no one can beat them.
I could see that you are in love with that watch.
Yeah. Insane watch.
If we have to quickly bump that price range from $1,000 to say $1,500 or $2,000, which one would you pick in that range?
Yeah,
you have 4 to 5 watches in that range.
I would pick the Junghans and the Oris. Don't tell me to pick just one. So these two, I feel like, they are absolutely best. This because of the Bauhaus design, and this is a pilot watch with the cathedral hands, and again the date, if you look at it's above here, and very good watch, very good legibility, very good quality again.
Both the dials are so beautiful.
A dial, and I would again, these are like some of the keepers. I will not let go of these watches. Junghans Max Bill, again, insane design. A very good dress watch.
Very good. Like, I love Junghans. What I like about Junghans is usually if you see the dial sizes, people say कि यार 40 थोड़ा बड़ा हो जा रहा है, 38 चाहिए. What Junghans did was, if you see the bezel is so less, the watch dial gets more space. So even though if it's like 38, the watch looks big.
So this is 38,
So before wrapping this up, Saurabh, I would like to know कि let's imagine if you could go back at the start of your collection journey.
Okay.
What are the things which you would do differently? Because I think that can be a learning experience for the people who are starting out. For people like me, आप 15 साल से हो, मैं 2-3 साल से ही हूँ, तो मुझे I think कुछ idea मिल जाएगा कि from you.
Again,
क्या करोगे आप अलग?
So in this journey, right, a lot of them are impulsive buys, and later you realize that you don't need. So one big mantra I would give is wait for 7 days. If you don't feel that urge to buy for for a week or maybe 2 weeks, then don't buy the watch. Okay. If again after 2 weeks or 1 week you feel that you want to go back to the watch, that is a watch you should at least make an effort to buy it. In that process, I could see a lot of my watches now, which I would say I'm in a I don't get watch time. I'm in a consolidation phase now. So I would like to keep very few watches and very special watch and give them enough watch time rather than having a vast collection of watches now. So a lot of those watches I feel like were impulsive buy, and I would avoid. Now seeing them, I would say I should have avoided that, and that could have fund, because again each watch costs, and when I combine that, I could have got a much watch which is still in the pipeline. Let's say, as I said right at the beginning, I wanted a Grand Seiko. If I would have not bought many of those watches which are impulsive buys, I could have been closer to that dream of that having that elusive watch which I want. So that is my advice to the new collectors.
I also try to do that. Rather than buying one, I just stop myself and then save up enough and then buy one. But really good advice. Thanks, Saurabh. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure is all mine. Thanks for the opportunity.
And there are a lot of watches we couldn't speak about. Like we have multiple Tag Heuers, then we have Citizen Suyosa, Orients, and a lot more. वो cabinet पे तो अभी हम गए भी नहीं हैं. So I think it will take another episode to talk about all these watches. But I really appreciate you doing this.
And maybe an episode 2 or version 2, if it possible, we can cover the other nuances of the watches which you could not speak in this episode. But thanks a lot.
Depends on the viewers. And to everyone else, if you love watches, you want to talk about it, there's a Google form in the description. You can fill that. And I would also like to thank my subscribers for constantly supporting me, liking these videos. And if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Thank you.